Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your Manchester United preview, not preview, this is the real thing. This is no preview, this is no preview, this is no dress rehearsal, this is the reality. That Man United side, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Look, I'm behind this team, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all are as well, but bloody hell. It's, it's, I don't know. Help! Iceberg, dead ahead. There it is. I mean, look, get behind the team. Get behind the team is what we're here to say. Get behind the manager. There's no trouble in the dressing room, but bloody hell, that team is, I've just looked out my window and the Beatles have reformed. They're singing Help. It's a concern. It's a concern. Of course, it's a concern, and I think we're all doing it in a jokey way because hopefully most of us are behind the team. I'm behind the team. I said it on Twitter. Amrabat and Varane must be, less fit than my gran, and she died many years ago. Rest in peace. To pick Scott McTominay and Johnny Evans, you've got to be fucking desperate. You have. Scott McTominay doesn't even deserve to wear a training top again after Wednesday. I mean, he was shit against Brighton. He was shit against Bayern. I mean, this guy, he really must have nudes on Ten Hag because, he was terrible against Brighton and he was terrible against Bayern Munich and he's starting a game for Manchester United tonight. I don't know what's going on there, and I hope I genuinely think it's a case of it's a genuine case of third time lucky, because he shouldn't be wearing a Man United shirt. He would not be wearing a Liverpool shirt. He would not be wearing a Man City shirt. He would not be wearing an Arsenal shirt. He was crap against Brighton and he was disgusting against Bayern, and he's starting tonight. So I don't know. I hope he has a bloody worldie, to be honest, because he shouldn't be in a Man United shirt. He absolutely shouldn't. And loads of people reacted badly to him against Bayern Munich. And I haven't even seen the clip because people go, have you seen the McTominay clip? And the referee beat him in a race. I'm not interested in the clip. I'm interested in him playing well tonight. But I don't think he's very good. I think he's bang average. And I think when everybody's fit, he'll be nowhere near the team. But the fact that he's starting tonight, I don't know. I don't know why he's starting tonight. I mean, look, Eriksen is a problem at number 8. He's on the bench. Gore is on the bench. I think he's a player for the future. And Amrabat's on the bench. And Amrabat must not be fit. I mean, let's be honest. Amrabat must be literally saying, I can barely run, if he's picking Scott McTominay in the midfield. Because that is just baffling as to why you would have to do that, and it must be an injury crisis because no sane manager is picking him after the last 2 games. So it just shows you the injury problems we've got at Man United at the moment. We keep backing Ten Hag. He doesn't hold Rashford responsible. Wants to go against players. It's ridiculous. A way to ruin my afternoon. No, Stuart. I think that team's completely about fitness. I mean, Johnny Evans. This is a guy who got relegated with Leicester. Varane is not fit. You don't put Varane on the bench for Johnny Evans. Varane is not fit. Martinez and Maguire aren't even part of the squad. As we know, Luke Shaw's injured. I mean, I think this is basically just we are screwed in relation to the squad. I mean, that midfield of Mabry and McTominay, I think the reserves could beat it, on paper. A ghost every time he plays, McGonaghy. But we've got to get behind the team. We have to find a win. I mean, if you lose to Burnley, the record books say you lost to Burnley. I think Scott McTominay is ridiculously lucky to wear the Man United shirt tonight, and he has to put in a performance. I think Mabry is very inexperienced, and we just have to hope he can put in a performance. We're very reliant on Casemiro, Bruno, Rashford and Højlund. Højlund's only 20. That back four is unbelievable, really. Let's be honest. It's not. We are literally not picking any of our first choice back four. Reguilon is third choice left back. Lindelof is third choice centre-back. Johnny Evans is probably sixth choice centre-back. And Dalot is second choice right-back. You know, we can all moan about the team, and I'm pretty sure there'll be plenty of mainstream media going in on Ten Hag, but you almost have to laugh at it rather than be critical of it, because it really does exemplify the fact that, I mean, that team is dreadful. On paper, that team is dreadful. I mean, our best team, I'm just looking at it, Onana, Casemiro, 5 of them go into the best team. And the other lot, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I look at the lineup and it screams dressing room discipline issues compounded by injuries. Blame the Glazers. We had the chance to sort it out in the summer and we still have the rot, says Chris. I might be the only one happy to see Donny on the bench. I hope we get 2 goals up and he plays today. Shahin's pissed. And Evans at the back, Avram in attack. This is Kevin Wright. I mean, who thinks we're going to be 2-0 up and bringing Donny on? I'll tell you what, I'll have a pint of that. I will have a pint of that. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I really don't know what is going to happen tonight. I genuinely have got no idea what is going to happen tonight. I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned. We're weak. And if we're weak-minded, we're screwed. Yeah. I mean, the bench, you've got Bienda, goalkeeper. Varane, Amrabat should be starting, but clearly aren't fit enough. Eriksen. I mean, if I'm Christian Eriksen, I'm retiring. I'm looking at that midfield and I'm going, I'm on the bench and that midfield starting. I mean, this shows you how bad he is. Gore is a kid. Pellistri, I think, deserved to start. I don't know why Pellistri's not starting, actually. I think that's bang out of order. He put a shift in against Bayern Munich in a difficult game and he's back on the bench today. And Scott McTominay starts. Van der Beek, I mean, people love Donny. Oh, I love Donny. I hope Donny gets on. Donny, who couldn't be asked to get a move anywhere in the summer. He's as bad as Maguire. Garnacho not starting again. Martial not starting again. I mean, look, whether you'd start those lot or not, it's not the attack. The attack probably looks okay. It's the midfield. Yeah, it's only words. And words are all I have at the moment. We need to. I almost feel like we need to get down on our knees and pray here. But no, we'll be sensible about it. We'll be sensible about it. But yeah, I am. It's funny because this morning when I did the morning show and all day, I've been pumped up for this game. I've been pumped up, and I feel like someone stuck a pin in. Yeah. Joseph says, stop the hate against your own players. Joseph, you're an idiot. There is no hate. There is critique. There is no hate. I don't live a world with hate. So jog on. I have a feeling we're doing the Bruno on the right thing again. Tears on my cornflakes, says Tabo. Mate, I actually hope that somebody's playing on the right wing and it's not a fucking diamond. If we're playing a diamond again, I'm really worried. I hate the diamond. I don't see the point in the diamond. Remy says he's fuming with the starting 11. I don't know whether I'm fuming because I actually just think it's a reflection of where we are. Is this a pre-season game in the USA, says Addy? Yeah, I'm not fuming about the lineup. I think it's a reflection of where we are in relation to fitness. Wan-Bissaka is injured. Varane has been injured. Maguire is injured. Martinez is injured. Luke Shaw is injured. Malacia is injured. Amrabat is clearly still injured. Anthony and Sancho won't play. And yeah, I think it's a reflection on a squad that probably wasn't good enough. Mount's injured, obviously, still. I mean, what is the injury to Mason Mount, by the way? Does anybody know what the issue is with him? Reality is our team is so much better than theirs, says Roberts. Well, I like that positivity. But I think saying the team's disgusting is unfair. I think it's I think it more reflects the best he can pick. As I say, you don't pick Johnny Evans and Scott McTominay if Amrabat and Varane can start. Like, you don't do that. Unless he's doing it by laptop, and we know that Ten Hag does manage by laptop in relation to fitness. And what I mean by that is United do, and Ten Hag does go like this. They can only play 60 minutes. They're only playing 60 minutes. They can only play 45 minutes. They're only playing 45 minutes. Many managers in the past ignore that. They'll go, they're playing well, I'll take the risk. You know, Ten Hag is a laptop manager when it comes to fitness. So I never understand how Amrabat and Varane are on the bench, but they can't start. I don't get that. What does it take to you know, in that situation, we've got a Carabao Cup game on Wednesday. Who gives a shit? And then we've got, is it Brentford at home next Saturday? If they're fit enough to be on the bench, they're fit enough to start the fucking game. Like, what are we going to do? We're losing or we're drawing, bring them on. Start them and take them off. So I really would question the fitness levels of Varane and Amrabat if they're not able to start, but they're able to be on the bench. They're clearly not fit in my mind. So if Varane and Amrabat are not fit and Martinez is not fit, then you are pretty much left with the midfield he's gone with, unless you want to start Eriksen again. Mount's not fit. The injury crisis at United is disgusting, by the way. There's plenty of rumours going around about players mistrusting the fitness department. This has been going on for over 10 years. Owen Hargreaves didn't trust Man United's fitness department. So, I mean, our injury record is... I don't think I've ever known a season like this. I've never known so many injuries at the start of a season like this. So, I wouldn't say I'm disgusted by the lineup. I'd say I can't believe that's a Man United starting 11 in game week 5, is it? Is it game week 6? I can't believe that. But it is what it is. And we've just got to... I really think tonight is about winning and just putting it aside. Because I tell you what, if everybody gets back fit, McTominay, Johnny Evans and Mabry probably never start a game for Man United again. I would rather a laptop manager than Ollie, who decided to destroy at least one season for Rashford by playing him in pain, says Nick P. Doesn't look like Scooby-Doo is the leak then. Hannibal will bring some needed hard work to the midfield. Can't wait for the game, says Reese. Quite frankly, we need a company howler to walk away with 3 points, says Izzy. It looks like Eric Ten Hag, laptop guy, selected the squad today, says Basil. And also... Joe Cassie, thank you very much for your super chat. Attack is terrible. Hoyland only one playing for the badge, and he has honeymoon syndrome. Says Joey. And Mark, why did United let Ricky pick the lineup? Says Arturo. Thank you very much for that. And I feel Hannibal, Rasmus, and Sergio. I mean, let's take a second to talk about Sergio. More heart as a loan than most of our players. The thing that worries me about Reguilon is defensively. I think going forward he's looked very impressive, Angel, but defensively he worries me. Remember during a friendly a week or two ago we lost 3-0 to Burnley, and company will be looking for a win against us since he is a City legend, says Jack. And is the origin of calling Scott Scooby-Doo due to the theme tune lyrics Scooby-Doo, where are you? It's not the reason, it's still quite apt, says Glenny Boy. Can I just say, Burnley are averaging over 3 goals a game at home, conceded. Like, we have to take into context the team we're playing do concede a lot of goals. Surely it would make more sense to play as usual 4-2-3 and play 4-2-3-1 and play Pellistri or Garnacho instead of McTominay / Mabry. Look, Jack, if I'm being critical of the team, and I'm not, I think he's picking a team based on injuries. Johnny Evans terrifies me at centre-back. I mean, I like the guy, but he got relegated with Leicester and he's 35 and he's playing centre-back for Manchester United. I'm more worried about Johnny Evans than I am Scott McTominay. I mean, he's a nice guy and we all like him, but bloody hell, if I was playing for Burnley, I'd be massively confident seeing that Man United side. And it worries me, it does. We're going to have to score more than them. Only way. Come on, you Reds, says Mank in Chicago. And if we lose, the media will pile on the manager, says Charlie Max. And Ali McCoy is saying McTominay needs to bring his Scotland form to the Man United team, says Robbo. God help us. Yeah, look, as I say with Scott McTominay, he's very lucky to be playing tonight. He's been shit for 2 games. Let's just jump on the 3rd time lucky, because that's the only thing that we can hope for, really. Hope tonight isn't the sequel to our last meeting with Burnley. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Constant Defensive Fuck-Ups. If you know, you know, says Tooney. And hope we don't have to make first half subs. I'm scared, says Scarecrow. I think the positive thing for me is Martinez injured. I can't speak, says Jeremy. The positive thing for me is that when we write us off, we tend to do quite well. Evan makes Maguire look like Usain Bolt. I'm scared, says James. In relation to Martinez, he's injured because he's injured, obviously, but it's his foot again. So he had the foot injury at the end of last season. First few games this season, he's had pain in his foot. So yeah, it's not. It's another injury issue, isn't it? Really, let's call it how it is. Are you worried, Mark? I'm not as. I wouldn't say. I'm probably in shock, and I'm not as defiant as I was this morning. I look at that team and I go, yeah, Houston, we've got a problem. I hope they can solve it like they did in that film, because I am worried. Of course I'm worried. I'm not stupid. I'm worried. Yeah, it does worry me. Ryan, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Mark, have you got Seb a West Ham top yet? Says she. No, it's only if Maguire left. McTominay, new nickname, the cat. He has that many lives, says Lee Taylor. Very lucky to be starting. Surely he can put in a good performance tonight. It's always bloody Burnley, says Mike. My only criticism of that team is, and I said it in the preview, so I'm being consistent, I think that Palestri's been done big time. I think he's been done over big time. You give him a start against Bayern Munich on the right wing. Bayern Munich are way better than Burnley. He puts a shift in, he works really hard, and then you drop him for Burnley, for McTominay. I don't agree with that. And I hope it's not a diamond as well. Mark, it's my birthday. I just wanted a United win today, says Amir. And Mark, Ten Hag looks so defeated in pre-match interview. I hope so badly we win tonight to stick it to all the haters, says Alex. Well, I haven't told you what Eric Ten Hag had to say in the pre-match interview, but let's have a look at it. I've seen that Hoyland said a few things. So Ten Hag has said this. Lisandro Martinez is injured and replaced by Johnny Evans with Hannibal. And it's not just Hannibal, but also McTominay. We want to bring energy to the midfield. We think you need it. Evans, he brings organisation, communication. He's calm. He knows the work. He knows what to do. He will get the job done. It's good news. Returning players. Mason Mount is also coming back. Amrabat is dynamic. He's a solid player. He can run a lot. He can keep the ball and win duels. He can intercept and recover balls. That's what he will bring to us. It's just about winning today. We know we have to win. I'm aware of it. The players are aware of it. I think Ten Hag just wants to win. And I think if I said to Eric Ten Hag right now, you know, you've got a great opportunity to go and win the game, but you know, I will give you. I think if Eric Ten Hag was offered a crappy 1-0 where it deflects off the referee's knob, he'd take it. Basically, I think he'd just take anything tonight. What do you know about Burnley, Mark? Nothing, really. I don't think they're very good. I thought it was a decent result for them against Forest, but I don't think Forest are that good either. I still think that we should win, and I think we have to win. The alternative to not winning is not worth thinking about on a Saturday night. What scares me is Scott McGhost playing alongside a young midfielder finding his way, and he's part of the protection for Johnny Evans and Delo. Well, you know what? On McTominay, I'll probably get clips on this, but the positive about Scott McTominay is he's not actually playing the role he's completely shit at, which is holding midfielder. Like when he plays holding midfield, it's a waste of time. Casemiro's playing there. So McTominay is probably going to play more advanced. And as long as he stays away from our penalty box, if he gets a shot around the edge of the box for us, he's actually not bad at that. So as long as McTominay's staying away from doing defensive work, maybe we'll be okay. The players just don't need to let Eric down, says Lee. And what scares me is Scott McTominay playing alongside a young midfielder finding his way, and he's part of the... Yeah, I've done that one from Skin. I said it last week. The Pellistri treatment is bullshit. Benching versus Brighton at Old Trafford, starting versus Bayern in the Allianz, and then dropping versus Burnley, says Derek. Look, I'm pro Ten Hag. You know I am. I'm firmly behind the manager, but I think that Pellistri has been done dirty tonight. He deserved to start. You put him in the team against Bayern, he puts a shift in for the team. You should start him tonight. But I suspect it's more to do with the... I suspect we're going to play a diamond. I hope we're not, but I suspect we're going to play a diamond. And if we're playing a diamond, it's very interesting because last time we played a diamond was Brighton and Rasmus Højlund had 0 shots on goal. So let's hope that that it works. Do you think McTominay could be the third centre-back today, Mark? Says Scarecrow. A back five? I hope it's not a back five. I mean, that'd be the third different formation in 3 games. Look, when we saw this with Ollie. When you start changing your formation game to game, it's the beginning of the end. I don't want to see a back five. I'd rather see the diamond than that. I said it last week. We've done that one as well. McTominay gets more... Look, we need to stop talking about Scott McTominay. He's starting for Man United. We need to win. I hope he scores a bloody hat-trick. Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop because if we don't stop, then we are going to, go into this game before it's even kicked off with a negative attitude, and we need to get behind the team. I personally think that the team is based upon necessity rather than choice. I mean, what Pratt doesn't pick Varane and Amrabat? They have to start. If they're fit, they have to start. They're clearly not fit. Do I think Burnley will cause us problems? Look, if we get a clean sheet tonight, Burnley are shit, basically. So we need to score goals tonight. 100%. We need to be scoring some goals tonight. And, I've got Rashford in my team, FPL. I've got Bruno in my team, FPL. Let's go get it. And, I'd love Man United to be winning 4 or 5-0 tonight. I'd love to stick it up the, dressing room leaks and the negative media. I'd absolutely bloody love it. But absolutely, if somebody said to me now, you can scam a 1-0 win that you didn't deserve, I'll take it. Of course I'll take it, because that 11 that United have put out is scary. Of course it's scary. So, McTominay and Johnny Evans chewing their gum, looking excited. Motivated. Look at McTerminator chewing his gum. Now he's shaking someone's hand. Yeah. I'm just looking at the players in the dressing room. It's such a bunch of misfits, isn't it? I mean, you look at down the years, what we've had lining up for Man United. I mean, that is scary. The quality, it is like a bunch of misfits in a Man United shirt. And I like some of these players. Delow, Rasmus, Rashford. But you look down that dressing room, you look down that tunnel and you go, you see it for what it is. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. It's not even a mid-table team, Thiago. It's a relegation team. That team could get relegated. It's so misfit. But I don't think it's by design. And that's why I'm behind it. I think it's necessity. I think Ten Hag is having to pick a team like that because for some reason we've got a ridiculous injury list, and we've also got a couple of players that should be playing but can't play. When Maguire was captain, United were competing with Liverpool and Man City going for league titles. Now with a hit... Oh, shut up, Red Army. Instead of a diamond, I'd rather watch playing a 4-2-2-2 with McSauce and Casemiro sitting. Do we have an interim medical last 6 months? Read this somewhere but can't find it again, says Andreas. Yeah, there's big issues with Man United's medical staff. Excuse me. I'm glad I haven't found my dad. What's this? Edgar says, I'm glad I haven't found my dad because I still have hope it's you, Mark. Were you in Mexico in the 90s? Our lineup is so bad, but in Eric Ten Hag we trust. I was not in Mexico in the mid-90s. I was a young teenager in the mid-90s, mate. I wasn't putting it out around to Mexico, that's for sure. That's for sure. In relation to Burnley, much, you know, I predicted they would stay up, but is there anybody to really be scared about? Collier is quite interesting. Probably pronounced his name wrong. Brownhill, Goodmonson, we know about these players. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Well, I hope we'll be okay. We have to be okay. Good to see Johnny Evans back, says Mark, and nobody else. Onana will prove his critics wrong tonight, says Acid. I hope he has the easiest night he's never had. I hope he hasn't got anything to do. I fully agree, Mark. He has to do this because injuries, but it's still morbid, like watching an accident about to happen and unable to do anything, says the Inquisition. Are we sure it's injuries and not Erik ten Hag being fed up and teaching some guys a lesson, says George. Mate, if Erik ten Hag has purposely picked that team, he wants the sack. That's a fact. Like, that's sabotage. If he's picked that team on purpose, it's sabotage. He's lost 3 out of 5 Premier League games. He's lost 3 of his last 4 Premier League games. If he has willingly picked that United side, it's sabotage. It has to be necessity. It has to be forced upon him. It cannot be done on purpose because it's sabotage if he has. Shout out to all the overseas fans tuning in to watch and support our club. We stand together, says Big Steve. Thank you, Big Steve. What about South Africa, Mark? Around 97? No, Nathaniel wasn't there. From McFred to McMiro, says Mark. And Mark, good show. See you at 1-0, says Musk. But 1-0 to who? Well done for the William Hill vid, mate. Just watched it, says Tom O'Duff. Thank you very much, pal. And I've just had a message from Neil Robertson, the snooker player, saying, are you seriously setting up with a diamond midfield? We are about to find out. We are about to find out. Yeah, I don't know. Is the honest answer? I don't know. But look, we've hardly even spoken about Hannibal making his debut. I think we've been more focused on, you know, the team itself, which has a few potential issues, I know. Burnley will... Look, we've not spoken about Burnley at all. Burnley will fancy their chances tonight. And why wouldn't they? It's a night under the lights against Manchester United, which would always be a big game anyway. It's a massive game for Vincent Kompany because of his past. You know, I think it's massively important to them. They've not had a great start to the season, and we haven't had a great start to the season. So let's see what happens. Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Forgotten to say all of that. Just need a win. Just need a win tonight. Is that too much to ask? Sorry about the sniffs. Let me just get the timer going here. Burnley to kick off. I mean, it's going to be blood and guts and passion FC from Burnley. That's one thing I would expect. So, referee's about to kick it off. I think if they're energetic and up for it, we've got to match it. And we're off. We're up and running. Right. Man United in all white as well, which is a bit bright on the eyes. We wouldn't normally be wearing all white. Oh no, maybe we would with this kit actually. I tell a lie. I tell a lie, I tell you. Maybe we would. Maybe we would. Looking at the team, it looks like it's not a diamond. It looks like Bruno's playing to the right. Here we go. Good chance here. Maybe get it out of your feet. Marcus Rashford. Go, 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 go. No. Where's the pass again? Bruno's saying, where's the pass? Rasmus is saying the pass. When he's got time to think, he might think about a pass. But that's a cold rush of blood to the head there from Rashford. It's head down. Stilly angle, have a shot. He needed to get his head up there. Well intercepted by Mabry. Doesn't get his head up. Rashford, and chance gone. It's not a diamond. It's not a diamond. It's Rasmus up front on his own. Rashford to the left. Hannibal to the number 10 position, which I quite like. Bruno to the right. And then McTominay next to Casemiro. Which, to be honest with you, if Amrabat's not fit, would you rather have Scott McTominay next to Casemiro, or would you rather have Eriksen? And actually, I think I probably would rather have Scott McTominay than Eriksen, because he's not a defensive midfielder. I'm feeling confident, actually. That first few minutes has just got me settled a little bit. And, you know, if Burnley aren't that good, then maybe we can exert some authority. Interception. Move it quick, Scott. Move it quick. Skibby-doo. Lindelof playing left-sided centre-back. Johnny Evans playing right-sided centre-back. Oh, look. McTominay hiding again. Look, back four have got it. Where can I hide? Where's a Burnley shirt? Where can I go and hide? Never, ever wants it. Look, I'm watching McTominay. Never, ever wants it. Bad ball by Onana. If you fancy a bet, yellow card, Scott McTominay, by the way. I never said that. We've got to keep them out of we've got to keep them out of our half. Gloves in September, says Sam. Hey, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't say it's cold, but the temperature has dropped in the UK the last week. How do we expect Onana to play out from the back with Evans and Lindelof in front of him? That was from Justin. Saturday night. I should be having a takeaway and a few beers and watching a film. It could be a horror show. I don't like horror. You know, just knocking it around the back at the moment. Tim Sherwood just said McTominay has the legs to get up and down, break up the play. I guess Maguire has the pace to play a high line, says Nathaniel. United just looking to break an attack here. I don't know why my nose has just gone. I've got a tissue here, actually. Get rid of that. I don't like sniffers. I haven't even got a cold. I don't know what to set that off. Look, we need a good performance from McTominay. His performances against Brighton and Bayern were terrible. He's massively fortuitous to start. You could say that starting McTominay is like giving a hand job to a corpse. Absolutely disgraceful. But look, he's starting. We need him to put in a performance. And the big positive for me is that we're not playing the diamond as well. Scrappy start at the moment. 5 minutes gone. My friend's ex has been a prat. Can you shout him out? Says Naught. I'd like us to up the tempo a little bit. I'm a bit like, this is shit, the first 5 minutes. Hand job to a corpse because they're stiff, says Christian. Read it how you like. I never thought we'd be saying Onana to Evans, says Robert McCormack. Well, it gets better than that. Onana to Evans to McTominay to Mabry. You know, with all due respect, some of those players are good, but you wouldn't expect to be playing it 6 games into the season. I think he's gone for the 3 letters of NRG today, hasn't he? He's trying to get some energy into the team. Look, you can only pick what's fit. You can only pick what's available. But what do you think Man City would do to this Man United side? That's the scary thing. We can only do what's in front of us. But here's Rashford. Is he going to look to pass? He does to Bruno. Oh, good save by the keeper. Bruno caught that really well with his left foot. Could have done with it going in. But Rashford actually passed. And I think that surprised the Burnley defence. And then Bruno did hit it quite well with his left foot. Pablo Goldbridge, says Jimmy Jones. And he actually passed, says Aleem. Oh, God. Lindelof's pointing. Stop pointing. It's the most irrelevant thing to do on the pitch is to point. You don't need to point. And it's stupid to point because everyone knows where you're going to pass it as well. What was the score in the Everton-Brentford game? Did Everton win? I know they were winning 3-1. What's wrong with Martinez? It's his foot. The injury from the end of last season. Vincent says, why has nobody told McTominay to stop running away from the ball? Or is he just that incompetent? Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, Everton won 3-1. That was a shock. Especially at home. Brentford are good at home. That's a good result for Everton. Look at this. Look at United having to pass it around the back 4 because McTominay won't fucking come and get the ball. And where's Casemiro? What's the point of having a ball-playing goalkeeper when everyone's fucking stood next to a Burnley shirt? Move the fucking... Move! What's the point in having a ball-playing goalkeeper if we're just going to hit 60-yard balls? I was watching amateur football this morning, and that's what I was watching. Pointless 60-yard balls, hoping for a mistake at the back. Fuck's sake, mate. What's the point in spending £50 million on a ball-playing goalkeeper if nobody wants the fucking ball? Solid display from Johnny Evans so far, says Mark. Good to have a multi-Premier League champion back in the squad. How was your Chinese? It was nice, actually. Stretford Ender Rising, loud at Turf Moor. Love it, says Ezzy. Honest match prediction, Mark. I still think we win. I don't think Burnley are very good. I mean, look, Burnley have conceded more than 3 goals in every one of their home games this season. And what a big save by Onana. That's a big chance. That's a big chance for Burnley. Hi, Mark. Can you call my mate Paul a plonker, says Thomas. Free header in the box. God knows. You know, spot the ball used to be a thing in the newspapers when I was a kid. You'd have a footballing picture with no ball and you had to put an X where you thought the ball was. There's a new competition now, spot the marker, in Man United's defence when a cross comes in. Because fuck knows who was meant to be marking him there. Free header. Good save by Onana. God knows who was meant to be marking him. Watch when Onana has the ball at his feet. Evans is telling Scott to come and show every single time, says Josh. We need to be careful here. Burnley getting a bit of confidence. Oh, Hannibal loses it. Well, he's done it again. Oh, it's offside. Fucking hell, Mabry. Rashford's not tracking back again, says someone. We nearly had another bloody Burnley moment, says Kieran. Scooby-Doo is marking Casper the Ghost again. What a surprise, says Vincent. Rashford. Mabry. He's going to shoot. No, he's not. Hoyland. Oh. Would you take a point? No, I bloody would not. I am not. No, I am not. A point's rubbish, Enjoy Writing. I don't want a fucking point. Good play by Mabry. Hoyland, a little bit unlucky. Just a little bit off balance. Couldn't hate it. Couldn't hit it. That's a crap ball by McTominay, you know. Whacking it in the air. Sideways. Knocked out by Johnny Evans. Karen says, what's the rugby score? Do I look like I care about rugby? What the fuck? A draw away to Burnley is reasonable, says Gunnar. You are talking out of your arse, mate. You are literally talking out your arse. Don't talk crap. A draw is worse than a defeat, says Aaron Smith. And I've noticed Onana dives with both arms extended every time. He can't reach as far with both arms extended compared to one arm, says EG. Thank you very much for that. Delo red incoming. I don't know about that. 1 minute. I've got a problem with my bloody internet here. Not my internet. My Sky. I don't know what's going on here. I've got it. It's alright. It's alright. I've got it now. Don't know what was going on there. Sorry about that. Somebody put bloody Strictly on in the other fucking room. A couple of people dancing in front of me. Actually, they were showing more adeptness in the midfield than Manchester United. But Rashford already looks disinterested. The game, what will it take for Ten Hag to change his mind? Says that was from a Adam Garcia. Thank you very much, Adam. Oh, still playing up. Matthew McFadden is not happy with Scott McTominay so far. Will you ever introduce Mrs. Goldbridge? I'll bloody introduce her in a minute because I'm not happy about this. This is a bloody joke. No wonder McTominay hides. It's because he's garbage. Rashford's getting a lot of stick in the chat as well. What the fuck's going on here? Dum 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 dum. Oh, I'm not putting up with this. This is a joke. If you've got people in your house who know you're trying to watch a fucking football match and they go in the other room and start messing around with your TV to watch Strictly Fucking Come Dancing, get a divorce. The fucking joke. All day I've said I'm watching Man United Burnley. Don't start messing around with the TV because I've set it up. And what do? They fucking fuck it up. Oh, now I've kicked my PS5. That's probably broke. Oh, now the bloody cards come out. Right, we're sorted. And it's still 0-0. Bloody hell. Right, I'm back. Burnley hit the post. I'm glad I missed it. Strictly fucking... It's Peppa Pig all over again. Burnley are going to make a sub here. Goodmonson is going to come off. United make turds look like gold, says Untamed Voice. Mark has done more work than McTominay. I tell you what, I've been running around. Yeah, I probably bloody have. And Sug McShite off for an honour and put the Turkish keeper in, says Jonathan. I'm raging like a Man United. James, I can't read that. Well, we've had 20 minutes here, and the highlight of the half is raging about Strictly Come Dancing being on, basically. Mark, please congratulate Callum and Lewis for winning the doubles knockout this year at Bramall Park Golf Club, says Callum. And Mark, this is the legs you were talking about. Who was tracking the runners? Noah Eriksson still winning the midfield battle, still conceding chances, says Zidane. And Hoyland busts a lung and Rashford jogs, says MOT. Well, there's a lot of dissent in the chat at the moment. I can honestly say the last 5 minutes, I didn't see any of it. So I cannot give any criticism to anybody. What's going with Peacock, says Tokyo. And Mark, watching you there was far more entertaining the last 20 minutes. Definitely getting in more steps than some of these jokers, says Ash. They hit the post, Burnley. Well, I've seen them have a free header in the box, and I'm not here for Man United. I'm not here for Man United. Pure banter, says LC. Bloody Burnley play for football than it, says Jesus. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. United under pressure here, trying to pass out from the back. It's simple with Rashford. When we're on form, he's dynamite. But the second it's not quite going our way, he can't be arsed, and we cannot allow that type of player, says Fearless Official. I think any manager would be thrilled to get top four with this lot. Compare our squad to other top six teams, and it's staggering the quality difference, says Michael Fetty. Lost Instinct, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Mark, please say hi to my husband, Malloy. He has taught me well in making me watch you while at work, says Vinny. And... my mate, John T, thinks you're cute, says Will. I mean, look, I've got to be fair here. I missed about 5 minutes. So I can only comment on what I'm seeing now and the first 15 minutes, and it felt quite equal to me. But, look. I'm sort of thinking... I'm sort of thinking it's necessity. Here's Bruno out on the right wing, wins a corner. It's funny, isn't it? I said before the game, when I saw that team news, I quite happily would have took a shitty 1-0 win. And after, 25 minutes, I would gobble up a shitty 1-0 win. At least you don't support Sheffield Wednesday, Mark. We got opened up like a slag's legs, says Dexter. Hope Man United win. That's sexist. This game is worse than having a root canal at the dentist. Please give me some laughing gas, says LA. And seriously, how is McTominay a professional footballer? Says Lake! And, oh my God! Ryan is Northern Irish. I had to shout him out. He will absolutely be coming in his pants, because Johnny Evans has scored from a corner for Manchester United. I cannot tell you how happy Ryan, our producer, is going to be. He absolutely adores Johnny Evans, and Johnny Evans has made it 1-0 to Manchester United from a corner. This is not a brain trauma. You are not in a coma. You are not in 2014. Johnny Evans has just scored from a corner, direct, and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a dream. It is real. And I pledge that goal to Ryan, our producer. Oh, they're looking at VAR. Piss off. They're looking at VAR. It will be counted. It won't be a goal. It's not going to be a goal because Rasmus is stood right in front of the goalkeeper in an offside position, and that's not going to get given. That's not going to get given. No chance. No, that will not get given, I'm afraid. Keeper is stood. He's stood right in front of the goalkeeper. We're going to need a bit of a miracle. Even Ten Hag doesn't look confident. Yeah, no chance. Not a chance. That's going to be an offside, I'm afraid. God, we don't get any luck, do we? Did you see that? Did you see that handball today? Did you see that handball today? All I could think about was Spurs. All I could think about was Spurs. Can't play with the invisible man and expect to play from the back, says the mystery man. Yeah, it's been given offside. You knew it was going to happen. Kiss my arse. It's all right for Man City, isn't it? All right for Man City. Absolute joke. Officials a joke again. Yeah, you can interfere if you've got a light blue shirt on, but everybody else, it's offside. I mean, I said this afternoon. I said it this afternoon. People were saying at least it's not us, and we've just had a goal ruled out for offside, which Man City got away with. I don't know whether you saw the Wolves game, Luton, today. Wolves player goes to block the shot like Romero. Hits his leg, bounces up into his hand, penalty. Spurs, Romero, arm up, hits him straight on the hand, not a penalty. It's you can't write it. You can't write the inconsistency in the Premier League at the moment. Like, you know, I knew that was going to get given offside, but I also knew it was a handball against Romero. It's just a joke. Just a joke at this point. They make it up as they go along. Andrew says that goalkeeper was never going to stop it anyway. Why can't he have a bit of common sense? Well, only if you've got a light blue shirt on, mate. Only if you've got a light blue shirt. I could name a decision every game where we've been unlucky. I hate referees. The refs aren't even making it discreet at this point, says Dia. Well, I've just explained two there. Luton get a penalty today for handball, which was, you know, dodgy. We don't get a handball against Spurs, which was blatant. Man City get a goal when it's blatantly offside. Man United don't get a goal when it's offside. It is what it is. Inconsistent. You don't know what, you know. You just don't know whether you're going to get away with it or not, do you? Kiss my arse. Could have done with that goal as well, for obvious reasons. We've been taught to stand on the keeper, so what's the point of it if they're going to call it offside, says Jason. Right, here's Rasmus. As a look, where's he going to go? He's got to go wide. He's got to go wide. He's got to go wide. He's still got to go wide. And he doesn't go wide. Rasmus. No, shoots wide. He went wide that time, but with his shot. You got to make your own look. Look, if I'm being absolutely honest, I thought it was offside. Because he's in front of the goalkeeper and he's offside. But what I'm moaning about is that Man City's goal was the most offside goal ever and it got given. Bruno off and Maguire in to Sporce. Wolves should have had a blatant... Oh, here we go. I can see 4 or 5. Yeah, Mark, but Wolves should have had a penalty. Mate, you don't support Man United. You don't watch Manchester United. It's Saturday night. Why aren't you watching The Bourne Identity or some good film? Why are you watching the United stand on a Saturday night for Man United against Burnley? Because you clearly don't fucking watch us every other week. Because I'm telling you now, if you're still going on about the penalty that Wolves should have had, we should have had about 4 penalties by now, and we've had 2 goals disallowed. So you've got to stop talking about the Wolves and Arna thing on the opening day, because that's one decision that could have gone against us. We've had about 6 since then. Like, literally, we've had about 6. You can't keep going on about the Onana penalty. Like, I literally wish they'd given the fucking penalty to Wolves and we'd drawn the game. Because people just keep going on and on about the Onana decision. That Onana non-penalty, it's got mythical powers. It trumps everything. Like, you could almost go, you know, they just use it for everything. I genuinely think that Rasmus's average, says White. Can we block him? Can we get rid of that person? Very animated referee, says Musk. And can we get Bruno off the right wing before I go bold, says Have. Oh, well, don't get me started on that. I don't understand why you put your best player on the right wing. I mean, could you imagine Pep Guardiola putting Kevin De Bruyne on the right wing? I mean, he has done it, but do you think he'd do it to weaken another area of the pitch? Is it just me, or are the Burnley centre-backs shorter than average, says Desert Hunter? I haven't measured them, so I don't really know. Burnley have won a corner. I tell you what, I don't like this game. It's very, very much in the balance, and I do not like it. It's such a shame because, you know, nobody would have expected Johnny Evans to score tonight anyway, and if that goes in, it's such a big moment in the game, isn't it? Mark, would you bring on Amrabat in the second half? Oh, I mean, look, if we can stay in the game 0-0 to the 60th minute or 1-0 to us, and then we can make those subs, great. Because I don't want to see Varane or Amrabat playing in the Carabao Cup. I couldn't give a shit. I want to win tonight. I'm not bothered about the Carabao Cup. We won it last year. VAR in the EPL has made it undesirable to watch, at least before you could live with the decision. Also, Rashford's lack of effort is worrying, says Jacob. I can't say I've really noticed it from Rashford. I've seen a few people in the chat talk about it. It's not something I've really observed. I'll keep an eye on it. I'd love to see Pellistri, Garnacho and Amrabat for Rashford, Hannibal and McShite, says Adam. There does seem to be a running theme against Rashford, but you do have to be careful about agenda as well. What are your thoughts about Rashford so far? Oh, the thing I would say about Marcus Rashford is I don't think he's the leak. I don't think he's the problem. And if he is the problem, then Ten Hag may as well leave. Because if Rashford is a problem, why did you give him 350 grand a week and give him a massive contract? Because he's going nowhere. And you know, it's illogical that Rashford is the problem, and if he is, Ten Hag's fucked. We should get a handball against West Ham, says Bunnyman, and let's be honest, says Lucas. We have no identity or principle of play. We're struggling against every kind of team, and we haven't progressed under Eric Ten Hag, says Lucas. Well, let's be honest, Lucas. Eric Ten Hag took over us when we got our worst ever Premier League points total, and we finished third and we won a trophy. If that's not progress, then I don't know what is. So we can all, you know, go over the top and say it's not progress. But the reality is we have progressed under Ten Hag. It's hard at the moment, but we have definitively and factually progressed under Ten Hag in the last 12 months. It's a pile-on at the moment. Clear offside. Same thing happened to Issa. I'm not thick. And from a non-United fan, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on why United are struggling so much, says Thomas. Well, you know, it's not rocket science. We're struggling because we've got Johnny Evans at centre-back. We've got Scott McTominay and Mabry in the midfield. Our whole back four are backups. We've got a ridiculous injury list. And we're basically playing the reserves. So I'd expect this... Like somebody said at the start of the game, are we playing a pre-season game in America? Because this starting lineup is just... You can't judge a team. You can lose your job, but you can't judge a team that's not your best 11. And that is simply the truth. He isn't willingly picking this team. It's not like Luke Shaw, Varane, Martinez, Wan-Bissaka, Amrabat, Mount, Anthony, and God knows who else are on the bench, dropped. Then they're not available. I think Rashi has lifted his head more so far, looked for a pass, says Lee. Man United haters say that Wolves should have gotten a penalty, which is debatable, but that just contributes to the point that ruling in the Premier League this season is inconsistent, says Cardboard. Yeah, I mean, what we got? 36 minutes. 36 minutes already. So here we go. Ball playing goalkeeper hitting 60-yard passes. All I'm going to say about that is we've bought a ball-playing goalkeeper to hit 60-yard passes to no one. That's basically what De Gea was doing last year. Isn't it funny how Poch is largely being left alone by the media, yet the knives are out for Eric, says Michael. Good point. Mark, would you sub in Martial or Palestri for second half? We need some pace against tired legs, says Alexander. And I'm sick of Rashford's attitude, says Stuart. People want to say Bruno has one, but at least he runs. The fact that Garnacho doesn't even get a look in is ridiculous. Rashford's Ten Hag's favourite player. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. Manchester United could have been 1-0 up, but then again, let's not forget Burnley hit the post and had a free header. Praying for a cross from Rashford, says Huntley. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's good. There was a shot from Burnley and it was crap. Long may that continue. Gerardo says, who would win right now, Man United or Al Nassr? I don't give a shit. That's a nice ball by Reguilon, but Burnley want it more and win it back. Has McTominay been booked yet? No, Delo has. What's that by Bruno? What sort of clearance is that? It's kick and hope. Hit and hope. Right, Bruno. Oh, come on. Passing's off again. Rashford plays like he's held turbo too long, says Alex. Casemiro is starting to return to form, says Darian. And Mark, it's clear we need a Galo back, says Avrim. Well, Burnley are on the break here. We've got the numbers back. At least we're tracking back. Rashford just runs and hopes, says Mank in Chicago. Right, he's going nowhere fast. See, Reguilon defensively, not overly enjoying that. McTominay passes are always to centre-backs or Rashford. Can't believe someone was willing to pay 30 million for him, says Shiem. And goal kick. We'll take that. All I see is me to you and hit long, says Kay. Yeah, well, look, I mean, you know I will always try and defend Ten Hag because I back him, but what were you expecting tonight? We were not going to see... I'd be very surprised if we saw fast-flowing Man United tonight, considering the amount of changes we've made. Rashford's getting some right stick in the chat. Is anyone going to put a tackle in here? Fucking hell. Right, Mabry. He's got to go wide. Rasmus has made a lovely run. Who's that to? Fuck yeah. How have we messed that up there? That's a prime example of how not to use the ball on the break when you've got a 3-3. Overweighted passers lose possession. We're in a great position there. Mabry has got it. He's got Rasmus to the right. He's got Rashford to the left. He's got Bruno in support. He misweights his pass, and then Bruno overhits the pass. Southgate came for Maguire, says Charlie George. And it could be the fact that I'm drunk, but is Evans actually playing good, says Lee. You know what the hilarious thing is? Gareth Southgate's watching this game. There's literally nobody for him to fucking watch. What a prat. He thought Maguire was going to start. Oh, he can watch Rashford, I suppose. He could watch Rashford. I forgot about that. Burnley on the attack. Straight at the keeper. I was panicking there. I think people have got a problem with Peacock. I presume, if we've got any Americans watching, I think it's Peacock in America, isn't it? I think they're having a few problems. It could be the fact that I'm drunk, but Evans actually playing good, says Lee. And half-time team talk, says Josh. McTominay, you're coming off. Amrabat, you're coming on. Evans, you're coming off. Varane, you're coming on. And Mabry, you're coming off. Palestri's coming on. Get Bruno back in at 10. Amrabat, Bruno, Casemiro, Varane, Lindelof, Palestri on the right. Let's fucking play some ball. Delo is English, if you know, you know, says Rashid. J. Dots just gifted 5 memberships. You're a legend, pal. Shashank says, I saw Ten Hag chatting with the assistant coach and he was pissed that the player are not listening to what he's told them. That is not a good sign. And how many chances have we created, says Shashank. And also, may not have been the best centre-forward, but I miss Veghorst's pressure. Oh, Andrew, you really aren't. You've not got a bloody clue. What are you talking about, you miss Veghorst? There's big problems with Peacock in America. Lope, thank you very much for your super chat. The team need to work on passing, says Howard. Yeah, it's amazing that we've got a goalkeeper who can pass out from the back and we're just not utilising it at all. I mean, McTominay is just... I don't know. Peacock's back, by the way. I really don't understand why Bruno is on the right and Palistri is on the bench. This game is torture, says Kevin. I don't either. I really don't understand that. I think you make a good point. And I don't think Mabry's been bad. But why would you put Mabry at 10 and Bruno on the right when you could put Bruno at 10 and Palistri on the right? It's a good point. And I've got nothing against Mabry, but I don't understand why you would do that. What is the negativity towards Rashford, says Siggy. I don't know. A lot of people, I haven't really seen it myself. PSA for American viewers on Peacock, refresh, it's fixed, says Mike. And McTominay is like a 5-year-old slipping everywhere chasing the ball. I think Bruno has been too quiet on the right. Get some subs on before the 85th minute, says Tenpenny. And I fear we're going to see Ericsson on for McTominay instead, says Karush. I'd rather watch the youth team start. Seems like no player is bothered about the result anymore, says Kyle. I think it's a quality problem, mate. I mean, we just haven't got the quality of players on there that can really dominate Burnley. I think of this formation with Amrabat, Mount and Casemiro, says Anders. And the inconsistency with VAR is causing us to question even... Look, here we go. Bruno. Oh, what a goal! One of the goals of the season. Bruno Fernandes. Robin Van Persie-esque. I think Johnny Evans has got the assist. That's going to shut up a few people. That's an absolute worldie. Absolute worldie. You talk about moments, and it is a moment. It's a moment. It is absolute genius, and it is world class with a bow on it. This is a moment. I mean, Casemiro is almost crying. He's like, we are so shit, and you have given us a moment. And that's what it is. And there's not many teams in the world that are going to be able to deal with that. It's a diagonal. I'm pretty convinced it's Johnny Evans. Don't be offside. Don't be offside. No, he's well onside. Johnny Evans, Rooney-esque. It doesn't hit the ground. Oh, it's a great goal. It's a great goal. It's an absolute classic. It's a world-class goal. It's absolutely brilliant by Bruno Fernandes. It is world-class. That is world-class. Nothing more and nothing less. Simple. It's absolutely brilliant. That is just moments. People will say it's moments. I don't care. You can have one of those. I really don't care. It all comes down to the fact that we just need 3 points tonight. And Bruno Fernandes has just whacked in one of the goals of the season, in fact. That technique is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not as good as Van Persie and Rooney's connection. It's about 50% as good. But that goal is one of the best goals we've ever seen. So this goal tonight is absolutely brilliant. What a goal by Bruno Fernandes. And, well, you can call us moments, FC, but what a moment it was. What a moment it was. We've got a matter foot in Reguilon, says Nanan. And I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about Reguilon. It's Johnny Evans with the pass. Always loved Bruno's passion. My captain, says Johans. We needed that. We definitely needed that. We need to be in front in this game. One thing that is absolutely imperative is that away to a team like this, you got to score first, because we know what happens. The heads drop. Now what we've got to do is, remember what I said about confidence and concentration. Confidence of scoring a great goal. Concentration, not to switch off and concede. Either now or at the start of the second half. We've got to maintain our confidence here. How has Johnny Evans been our most impactful player on offence today? It's kind of funny, but also concerning, says Uncle Drew. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. It was majestic. And he's in again. Rasmus! Oh! It could have been a double whammy. It could have been a double whammy. Bruno put the cross in. Rasmus stretching, put it over the top. I was offside anyway. Yeah, Rasmus was offside. I think, to be fair, I think everybody was offside. Well, if we do the impossible and keep a clean sheet, it's job done here. But as we know, that's a long way away. We're just about to hit half time. I mean, the referee added 3 minutes on. He's playing 4. And now he has blown at half time. And it's Manchester United who lead 1-0 here. Sit down, Luckhurst and the Manchester Evening News. I probably said it too soon. I think I have said it too soon. But Manchester United lead 1-0 at half time. It's been a scrappy first half. Burnley hit the post. Manchester United had a goal disallowed. But it is 1-0 to Manchester United at half time. And as we look, we'll take that. We're halfway there. We're John Bon Jovi and we're living on a prayer. But we are halfway there at the moment. And we'll certainly take that at half time. Still a lot of work to be done. Yes, definitely, Jim. But we will certainly take that at half time. Manchester United leading 1-0. 58% possession for Burnley. 42% possession for Manchester United. 2 shots on target each. Their pass accuracy better than ours. I mean, is that not a reflection on who we are and the team that we've picked today? It's not a strong Manchester United side, and that is reflected in the stats. A very equal game that probably sways a little bit more towards the home side. Bit of a smash and grab. I'm not so sure about that. But what I would say is it's definitely a moment, and it's a moment to cherish as Manchester United lead 1-0 here against the Burnley side that we are facing. But look, I would take that. Get your comments in. Let us know what your thoughts are. It's an absolute worldie by Bruno Fernandes. Is it the goal of the season so far? Look, I like Duran's goal for Villa last week, but I think that's a cracker. I think it's an absolute cracker. I think when the ball is in the air for that long, coming across your body, and you hit it like that, it's a technique that is absolutely nailed. to be honest with you. Skin7 says, my team talk. It's your chance, son. Scott McTominay, you're off. Go home, you human question mark. And what is McTominay's level? Certainly not West Ham after watching this game, says Julian. Gotta love a Johnny Evans masterclass. Never saw this coming, says it's CJR. Mark, should we be happy that we are winning, or should we be worried that Burnley played really well and they're a relegation club, says Priyan. Well, look, Moments FC, says Rohith. I do question the United fan that beyond winning is questioning the performance. Because McTominay scared me when he didn't pass quickly there, says Rubber. I mean, I look at that team and 100% I know it's weak. If you don't see that team at the start of the game and go, I will take any win today, then I don't know what you're expecting. Like, that team is weak. I think it's weak through necessity because of injury, but you can't criticise the performance per se. The victory is all that matters tonight. I don't think we can be critical enough to start moaning about tactics and rhythm and style of play. That team ain't never playing again. I mean, the back four is a bunch of backups. As I say, Johnny Evans has probably been one of our better players. He's got to be at least fifth choice centre-back. Lindelof is third choice centre-back. Reguilon is third choice left-back. Deleu's the backup right back. Casemiro's first choice. McTominay is probably sixth choice midfielder. Mabry is probably seventh or eighth choice midfielder. So look, we've got a lot of players playing that wouldn't be probably not even on the bench when everybody. Well, no, let's be honest. A lot of the people who are starting wouldn't be on the bench if everybody was fit. So if you're expecting tiki-taka, fast-flowing football, you're naive. We've just got to get a result tonight. Mark, can you go live to a bar in Spain and get a Johnny Evans reaction from Ricky mid-sangria? Is he in Spain again, Nick? I'll tell you what, he may as well bloody live in Spain. La Life O'Reilly. Rashford's giving credence to the theory last season was for the contract, disinterested in defending and only wants to run and shoot instead of passing, says Steve. Whilst this team is weak, it should still be a better than Burnley on paper, says Matt. And Evening Marky, loving the snacks here at Turf Moor. Sad my mate Harry is not playing, says Gareth Southgate. And as soon as Amrabat comes on for Scooby-Doo, I think we'll see something different with that midfield. I hope we see a glimpse of it soon, says Finn. And let's not forget, Evans is the only player who knows what the United way actually is. I doubt his head is dropping at the first sign of stress, says 12 times. And do you reckon he will bring in Amrabat this match? If so, then for who, says Jason. If I was Eric Ten Hag, I'd be speaking to my scientist or my fitness guy or whatever you want to call them. And I'd be saying, right, he's on the bench because you said I couldn't start him. What can I do? Like, if he can't start, what can he do? And what can Varane do? Because I'm winning this game 1-0 after a worldie, and I want to win this game. So how many minutes can Amrabat give me? And if they say 25, I'd say I'm putting him on for half an hour. I would be getting Amrabat on as quick as I fucking well could. Because Eriksen for McTominay ain't going to solve the problem. They're going to come at us now. So I'd be like, how quick can I get Amrabat on that pitch? We should stop short passes attack. It doesn't work, says Lassane. And what is Evans cooking? Plus Amrabat in for McTominay is needed, says Zoltan. I genuinely didn't think McTominay could play any fucking worse than Bayern. But yeah, he's not had the best of games, has he? Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with the United Stand. Don't forget that we had the countdown to kick-off show before this. We'll have my match reaction with player ratings after this. And then we've got the fan forum for you as well. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock and every evening at 8 o'clock. Sunday night show tomorrow, Sunday morning show tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved. Also tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'll be on That's Football doing the North London derby. But boy, oh boy, girl, oh girl, do we need to win tonight. And interestingly enough as well, if you look at the way that, because this is as it stands, of course, which is not a country as it stands. It's a league table as it stands. If you look at it on the screen there, as it stands, we'd be in 8th place with 9 points. I mean, we'd still be 9 points off Manchester City, but you know, we've had a shit start to the season. But if we win today, it puts us back in the top half, ready to pounce on the Spurs or the West Hams or the Villas if they lose tomorrow. So look, that's what's there. We're in a bad situation, but if we can win tonight by hook or by crook, we start to get back. And I think that's the difference between the people who are going to be negative about United at half-time because they want to see better, and the rivals who are laughing at us, and the reality, the realists amongst us who are going, we just need to win. This is not our best team, and it's absolutely not what our future's going to be about. I mean, look, if that's your starting Manchester United lineup for the vast majority of this season, then we're probably going to be in the bottom half of the table, because that's not a good side. It's weak. But that's not going to be our side. Nothing like it. So what we need to do tonight is win with that side and move on. And that's what we're looking to do. Burnley had some big chances. I'm just looking at the chance where they hit the post. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. And they should have scored. And we easily could have been 1-0 down. So, look, we've had a bit of... I wouldn't say we've had a bit of luck. I'd say Burnley have marginally been the better side. And we've scored our chance, which was half a chance. I mean, that Bruno chance, I don't know whether you've ever played FIFA or EAFC. When you score a worldie, it will tell you the XG on the shot. I'd say Bruno's chances of scoring that goal are probably less than 20%. It's probably less than 10% that he scores that, to be fair. Bruno, top scoring right winger this season. Erik ten Hag masterclass as B. Amrabat coming in and going to hit a worldie from the top of the box. If you know, you know, says Jeremy. You could write War and Peace in how long it takes Onana to pass out. Then it goes 5 yards or long to nobody, says Tango. Rashford is shit. I'm sorry. One good season and back to walking, says Daniel. And maybe they aren't scoring because, one, he takes them off. We're fucked. And if we survive a half with the Fools, then we can finish strong, says Sebastian. I don't think Rashford... Yeah, well, I spoke about that the other day. I think Rashford scored 4 in his last 20 games. So Evans has been good in the half, let's be honest, says Daryl. Look, Johnny Evans could have a goal and an assist. He's definitely got an assist. At this rate, Evans is going to be man of the match, says Jay. Honestly, what have we come to? I do think subs need to be made, though. And I'm praying to see Amrabat coming on first, says Jay. McSauce needs to get subbed off. He is good, honest guy, but he is a passenger, says Evan. Rashford's too one-dimensional, says Lala. And why do you always protect Marcus Rashford, says Lucky? Because, look, because I do think he's a good player. Look, I suppose it's because I'm a realist. I mean, for anybody who thinks that Rashford's shit, fine. Anybody who thinks that Rashford should be dropped, fine. But what's the long-term plan? He's on £350,000 a week, and we've just basically given him a contract for life. What are we going to do with Rashford? Like, he's not going to be dropped long-term. There has to be a solution. Tough love, maybe. I'm not against that. Kick up the arse, maybe. Yeah, I'm not against that. But kick him out the team is trash. Come on. Like, there's got to be a better solution than that. I'm not sure what has happened to Rashford. He's just trying to cut the defender every time. I hope Erik ten Hag sums him off at half-time, says Mohit. Look, I'm not against him being subbed off, but when does he ever get subbed off, you know? Rashford is not good, says Renate. Looking at your roster today, and I've got to say, just be glad you're not facing City, says BK. Well, look, yeah, you know, if we were playing Liverpool or Arsenal, I mean, God, to be honest with you, Burnley are probably going to be in the relegation battle, and if you're going to pick a team like that, you need to be playing a team that's in a relegation battle, don't you? Scott in midfield is like washing your car with paint instead of water. Get him off, says Sully. Yeah. It's it's pointless, isn't it? It's not working. But in defence of Ten Hag, he's playing Scott McTominay to provide that thing we know that we've needed for months. You can't leave Casemiro on his own away from home. You've got to put someone next to him. Now, Eriksen, universally, doesn't work. So, as bad as McTominay is, would you rather have Scott McTominay or Christian Eriksen as a defensive shield with Casemiro? And actually, I think I said it against Bayern. I would rather go with McTominay over Eriksen if it's a defensive role, and he is playing in a defensive role. So, yeah, the key is that for some reason we've got a real imbalance in our midfield in the fact that Amrabat and Casemiro are the only two players that can actually play that role, and we don't even know if Amrabat can play it yet. So, people say Mainu. I don't know whether Mainu can play deep and defensive. I always thought he was a bit more of an offensive player. So, the good thing with Rashford is he can give the time something even when he's playing bad. Would like to see Amrabat and Martial at the pitch now, says Bjorn. Look, the only thing I will say negative about Marcus Rashford, and it's probably not the right thing to say halfway through a game we absolutely need to win, but the only thing that worries me about Marcus Rashford is that he never gets subbed and he never gets rotated. Now, if he's never going to get subbed and he's never going to get rotated, how the hell is Garnacho going to develop? Because he's a really exciting player. Garnacho at 18, what could he be at 22 if we allow him to develop? But if you're not going to sub Rashford off, then how much development is Garnacho going to get? That concerns me. Because Garnacho, Ryan Giggs was playing as a first teamer for Manchester United at 17-18, and so was Wayne Rooney. So, how long does Garnacho have to wait to get game time if you're not going to sub a player off who isn't playing well? From what you've seen so far this season, what is the first signing you would make in January or the summer? Realistic and dream signing, says Callum. Well, I think we need another centre-back. I think that's very, very clear. I'd still like to see another defensive-minded midfielder come in, and I'd like to see another striker come in. Beat says Rashford's a fraud. Played well for a contract. Last season will be his best. He should have been a sprinter. Stop protecting him. Why don't we go do a diamond formation? No, Phillips, it doesn't work. Mark, Hannibal has looked better than I thought he might, but would love to see more from him, says Lit. And hi, Mark, do you think Ireland will beat South Africa, says Cheek? I don't know. And is xenophobic when British player makes mistake, nobody speaks, but any other player, everyone on that person. Why don't you speak about Rashford, says Hoss. But I have spoken about Rashford. I mean, why am I being attacked about Rashford? I've spoken about Rashford quite openly. I've even questioned whether it's a tactical thing that he doesn't have to track back to preserve energy for the attack. Ten Hag, Rashford's probably his favourite player. There is a favouritism towards Rashford, but every manager has favourites. I said on Wednesday night that I thought Rashford's attitude came across really badly. I can't help the fact that I like Rashford the player, but I'm not going to sit here and say that his attitude is correct. It doesn't come across very well. But the thing I would always say about Marcus Rashford is, and I think we can all agree, is that he could get the second goal out of nothing, and then that's 3 points guaranteed. I feel the backlash on Rashford is deserved. Big words before the season started about making this season bigger with Gary, and he performs like that, says Sheehan. Thank you very much. At the start of the season, Ricky said Lindelof and Evans should be our starting centre-backs. He'll be loving this, says Glenn. We're only halfway there, Glenn. We're only halfway there. Let's just chill. Let's not get over the top. There's plenty of time to go. Man United about to kick this second half off, and I'm not ready to start my timer, so let me just go with that. We're off there. Good stuff. I'd literally blow the whistle now. I'd be over the moon with this 1-0. I hate saying that. It's not the way to be. I'm sure it's not what Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal do when they're 1-0 at half time. They're not going to be sat there saying, let's blow the whistle. 100%, if I had the option to blow this whistle now, I'd blow it and take the win. Unpopular opinion, Hannibal wasn't that great. Should have taken a shot in the early minutes, and if Mainu was available, he'd be starting, says Jason. I don't really have anything to say about Hannibal Mabry. I don't think he's ready for this level of football, and I said that on pre-season. Do I think he's been terrible? No. Do I think he's been brilliant? Obviously not. Do I think he's a player that needs to be criticised? No. It's about as simple as that. I'm convinced that the board demand Rashford must play, says Scotty. I don't think the board are demanding anything. I don't think they need to. I think Erik ten Hag is a big fan of Rashford. Unpopular, but done that one as well. Thanks for the super chats. Appreciate that. Please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Next goal's key in this game. I think if we get it, it's over. I've got Rashford in my fantasy Premier League team, by the way. I've seen a few people going in on Rasmus, though. You know what I'd say about Rasmus? How many bloody chances has he had? How much service has Rasmus been given in that first half? You know, people talk about it. Oh, you know, Rasmus this, Rasmus that. Oh, he doesn't look that sharp. You're falling into the same trap that we always do. Ronaldo had this. Martial's had it. Cavani's had it. Like, where's the service? A striker should always be judged on the chances that they miss. You can't miss chances you're not shooting at. He's not getting the service. It's very, very simple. You're no good for me. I don't need nobody. No need no one. That's no good for me. You're trying to protect Bruno and Casemiro, all on par with McTominay, says Matty. Too biased, celebrating, struggling against the team. Matty, that was just noise. You know, I don't want to be rude, but everything you said there was like reading something that is just not registering with my brain. Appreciate the comment, but it just didn't go in. Hi, mate. Sending love from Australia. Had to wake up at 3 a.m. to lads. Let's hope it's worth it, says Tom. And yeah, that's support for you. And could Erik ten Hag have something in his contract about Rashi? I remember ten Hag talking and promising that he would make Rashford good again, says Bjorn. If we still had Garlo, we would be winning by more, says Joel. Idiot. Absolute idiot. I don't know how some people's brains work, but I suppose that's what the world's so great, isn't it? You've got really intelligent people and really stupid people, and it just makes life unpredictable. One thing I will say is I think Brighton will get chances, so we've got to score again. We haven't got the right team to dominate. Big up from Pakistan, Mark, says Isa. Whatever happens tonight, though, I've got to say, there was a game when Man United played Arsenal at home years ago. You'll all know, well, some of you will know what I'm talking about. It was the weirdest 11, and we won. And I think that this United 11 tonight will go down. Whatever the result, it will be an 11 that we look back and go, can't believe we picked an 11 like that. And it is circumstances. Of course, there's an injury crisis. It's not by design. It's not on purpose. But whatever happens tonight, this is just a very weird Man United sign. You're just deluded if you can't see it then, says Matty. Can't remember what you said in the first place, Matty. Yours was the comment that I read but didn't register. What is the Amrabat injury? What's the Mason Mount injury? We don't really know. Albin says, what's your thoughts on Lindelof this season? I don't think he's been as steady as he was last season, but if you think about it, Lindelof last season would be playing with an in-form Martinez or an in-form Varane. I mean, he's pretty much Lindelof this season. It's been a bit all over the place, hasn't it? And that instability has been a problem. Oh, I tell you what, Delos just whipped a lovely cross in. Rasmus has slid across the 6-yard box. If he connects, it's an absolute great goal. Instead, it's an almost great goal. We need those to go in. United have started off the second half quite well. You get the feeling... Oh, here we go. Burnley on the break. You get the feeling Ten Hag has had that word about concentration in the second half. Because we cannot afford to start the second half badly and allow them back into it. Barmer's just gifted 10 memberships. What a legend. Connor says, VAR bridge question. How do we improve VAR when it's used to different depending on what the tournament you're in? I.e. penalty in the Champions League isn't given in the Premier League. Well, it is that inconsistency, Connor, yes. Frankie T says, we need to keep Scott McTominay on. I need him to get booked first. Also, up the Pompey, top of the league and undefeated, says Frankie T. Thanks, Frankie. I wonder what that was. Crispy seaweed. What are your plans for Canada after becoming Prime Minister, Sabari? Amrabat has a stress fracture in the back. There's a lot of these players getting these stress fractures in the back, isn't there? Rashford had a problem with his back. Højlund had a problem with his back. I think Rasmus thinks he should have scored from this. Oh, it's one of those actually. I think as a striker, you think you should score that from below. It's just mistimed it. Hi Mark, just got in. Is it just me who thinks Casemiro looks a bit fitter today? Maybe Ten Hag's had words with him, says. I think we used to see this with Rooney. It can take a. I remember Rooney when he used to come back from injury. His first 3 or 4 games, anyone remembers, Rooney in his first 3 or 4 games back from injury was way off the pace. He almost needed 3 or 4 weeks to get up to pace. And, you know, maybe Casemiro now, at his age, he needs a bit of time to get back up to pace. Burnley is a team I would love to see go down, says Louis. I'm not going to disrespect Burnley too much because there's still 40 minutes to go in this game. But they are a bit meh. You can see why they've conceded 3 goals every game at home this season. They just don't seem to have anything about them, do they? Joe says he thinks Højlund should have scored. It was a bit of a sitter. Lou says if it was Haaland, he's scoring that. It was a good... Oh, well, look, I agree with Runes. At least he's had a bit of service there. I'm not jinxing anything. Don't worry. Burnley have already hit the post, so we already know that they could do something. Why is McTominay doing turns like that on the edge of his own bloody box? He thinks he's doing Cruyff turns on the edge of his own box. He's not. You're not Jurgen. You're not Johan Cruyff. You're a prat. What is he doing? Cruyff turns. Pratt turns. What the hell is he doing there? Burnley have had 73% possession in the second half. This is a worry. This is a worry. Go on, Delo. What we got? We've given. I tell you what, our passing accuracy's been shit tonight. Oh, Casemiro's down, and he stayed down. Hopefully, it's not bad. No, he's all right. He's all right. He's all right. Didn't look too bad. Didn't look too bad. McTominay's got to go in January, says Alban. I'm not really worried about McTominay or Maguire, to be honest with you, because if you think about it, if Casemiro's fit and Amrabat's fit and Mount's fit and Mainoo's fit, he's 5th choice. Like, it's a fact. So I'm not really worried about him. It's as I say, it's necessity tonight. Jack says McTominay is the Scottish ballerina. And Joe, thank you very much for joining the members club. Don't forget, Barmer's a legend. He gifted 10 memberships. Yeah, still got people in the chat moaning about the performance. Couldn't actually give a shit. Really, for me, it's all about the result. Reguilon got booked for asking for a Burnley player to get booked. It's political correctness gone mad. I mean, what is that all about? A yellow card tackle on Casemiro and Reguilón gets booked. I don't mind the referees booking players for dissent, but you need to be booking the player who did the foul as well. Like, why book the player for dissent and then not book the player who did the foul? It's just... It's jobs with referees again, isn't it? How did we lose Fred and keep McTominay? Well, Fred was ambitious. Corner, Burnley. That's a goal kick as well. Terrible officiating. I mean, I can see that here. How have they given a corner there? He needs to be making some subs here because we are not in this game at the moment. She says he's not a starter, but when he has to fill in, Evans deserves praise for his man of the match performance so far. More a leader than Maguire, says she's. Well, look, mate, there's a long way to go yet. I don't want to start giving out man of the match in the 50th minute or the 57th minute. Still a long way to go. Fred was ambitious, but he was also a lot better, says Jack. Wesley says, I cannot believe we turned down 30 million for Scott McTominay. No, it is up there with one of the worst decisions ever. It's like turning down a marriage proposal from Margot Robbie to marry Susan Boyle. Look it up. Rawnit says, please bring in Amrabat. Well, it depends how many minutes he can play, mate. As I said, I think if he was anywhere near fit, you'd have started him anyway. There's a number of United players warming up. Come on. He won that. He won that. Pass it. And Rasmus. Bruno. Rashford. This is a great goal. Oh, I tell you what. That was nearly a great goal. Bruno to Rashford. Heads it into the path of Rasmus. Defender did really well. And I think he won a corner. What a goal this would have been. Defender did brilliant. Burnley defender. Don't know his name. Actually don't want to know his name. But it would have been a good goal. Just need that second goal. Corner to United. There's a bit of height in there. Bruno. Oh, up again. Good cross by Mabry. Trafford's got that. He's from Man City as well. Well, he's not anymore. He's signed for Burnley, but he's an ex-Man City goalkeeper. He was on loan at Bolton last year. Do you think Amrabat gets any game time today? Says UKG. Well, if he's got any level of fitness, yes. Because I think he's going to come on now. I think Amrabat's coming on. I'm pretty sure he's coming on. Oh no, they're down the right-hand side here, Burnley. Don't like these sort of attacks. Who's on the back post? Who's on the back post? And Arna's caught it. I'm Scott McTominay, and I'm brilliant, says Connor Chalmers. Oh no, sorry, I read that wrong. I'm Scottish, and McTominay is brilliant. Yeah, well, thankfully I don't support Scotland, and I'm not Scottish, so I don't have to say sad things like that. McTominay should never play for United again. It's his 6th season, says Cade. And will we never see Donny van der Beek again? Surely better than McTominay, says Somya. Mate, I've got to be fair here. Donny van der Beek is got to be put into the same category as Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. He was told to go in the summer and he didn't get a move. And I like Donny,
and he's a likeable guy, but why are you still at Man United when you've clearly not got no future? Like, you only get one career. And I felt that Donny was badly treated by Ollie, but why do people still go on about Donny? Like, he's been told to go, and he's still here, and people are sympathetic about it. There's no reason for Ten Hag to pick Donny when he's not part of his plans. I think the stat thing is frozen. It hasn't moved. Thank you very much for that, Jack. Not everyone tells me about that. I will get it moving around. To be honest with you, I'm quite eager to see. Don't forget, our stats carousel is sponsored by OneFootball, by the way. You can download it through the link in the description for free, or you can scan the QR code in the top right-hand corner. I tell you that because you can see the team stats there, but they also have the individual player stats there as well on their app, which you can download for free. You can also get your latest breaking football news, scores, and transfer stuff on there as well. Big shout out to OneFootball. United would be 8th in the league if it stays like this. That's as it stands. That's 9 points in our bag if we win. Obviously, we're on 6 at the moment, but if we win, we would be on 9 points in 8th place. Rasmus has missed so many chances, says Kyle. I don't think he has, actually. What is it in certain Man United fans' psyche that you feel the need to constantly slag off your own players? I don't know what you're talking about. He's a 20-year-old developmental player, and you think you're signing fucking Erling Haaland. Like, if you don't realise what he is, then just don't have an opinion on him, because he's 20. He's a developmental striker. He's not the finished article by a very, very long way. McTominay! Ooh, could have done with that deflecting in. Have you decided your EAFC times and days? Already done episode 1, Sam. Link's not in the video description, but episode 1 is already out. Episode 2 will be on Monday at 3:30. I'm Scottish and I think McTominay is crap, says Jack. What have we got? 63 minutes. I wish it was 93 minutes. What do you think of Bruno left and Rashi right, says Daryl? I don't think Rashi will like it. I don't think Rashford likes playing off the right. I mean, personally, I think Rashford can play off the right, but yeah, I don't think he likes it. I love your podcast, Mark, says Alexander. Yeah, thanks everyone who supports the podcast. Goldbridge Saves Football out every Tuesday. Appreciate that. Hannibal is not ready for this. Please get him off the pitch, says Alec. Well, mixed opinion on Hannibal, actually. Why is he taking so long with the subs? I don't think a lot of the players are fit. Here's Rashford, edge of the box. Mark, you are too desperate for this win, says LC. Oh, sorry for wanting my team to win a fucking game. Oh, I must be in the minority. Oh, I can't believe how desperate I am for my team to win a game of football. Oh, woe is me. I'm old enough to remember Van Nistelrooy, one of the deadliest strikers in his era, and he missed chances. Rashford is better on the right, says Reeves. I like naturally right. I like right-footed players on the right wing, and I like left-footed players on the left wing, but it's not really the modern way, is it? Can we ship Hoyland? Oh, shut up. I'm not reading any negativity about Hoyland, so you're wasting your money. Mark, we don't have the players who can maintain possession in the final third. Until this changes, says Viper, we aren't going to be able to play the Ten Hag way. And I'm Persian, and I think McTominay is crap, says STH. This is a. I think we're just going to get loads of people saying I'm Danish. I think Scott McTominay is crap. I'm Venezuelan. I think that Scott McTominay is crap. Hi Mark, I'm a killer whale that has managed to get internet and learn how to type, and I think Scott McTominay is crap. Hi Mark, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I've been dead for nearly 200 years, and I think that Scott McTominay is crap. Hi Mark, I'm a squirrel. I'm just burying my nuts in the ground, not in my missus, and I think that Scott McTominay is crap. Sharwin, Casemiro has been great tonight. I think Casemiro has played well. I agree, and I think a lot of people have noticed that. Centre defensive midfielder is a very underrated position. You are the conductor, and I think he's had a good game. Why is Onana not coming out for this? Well done, Lindelof. Apollo, thank you very much for your becoming a member. And more respect for Evans, please. Not the future, but youth product, capped, centurion, leader. Mate, Ali, I will give Johnny Evans respect if we win this game. I'm not going to sit here and start going, Johnny Evans this, Johnny Evans that. What if he scores an own goal and then is responsible for 2 late goals? I'm not jinxing it. Hi, Mark. I'm Fred, and I think Scott McTominay is crap. His guitar played. Make some subs, says Peter. I just got this urge to say, fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Come back, Paul. Hi, Mark. I just finished a shower, a golden shower, says Half, and McTominay is shy. But Half, that's too much information. If you've just had a golden shower, that means somebody's pissed on you. Think it through. Probably sympathetic to Donny because the club were the ones that denied his Sociedad move, not him. Never given a run of games with the main starters and now denying his move to Spain. It's disgusting, says Leg. Well, 2 sides to a story. Hi, Mark. I'm Scott McTominay's shower cap and I think it's crap, says Brian. I'm McTominay and I'm crap, says Josh. And Ten Hag looking if Rashford is comfortable on the right so that he can bring on Garnacho and move Bruno into the 10, says Asset. And hi, Mark. I'm Kenyan and I think Scott McTominay is crap, says Milan. McTominay is bad, no debate, but saying thank God I'm not Scottish, come on folks, everyone objectively knows that Scotland are cooler than England, says Deadbeats, and I'm Jesus Christ, I'm resurrected from the dead, and Scott McTominay's crap, says Joel. And welcome to the Members Club, John. Look, I'd love Scott McTominay to score and shut you all up. Good cross into the box there, but Burnley are well adept dealing with it. Steve says he's Scott McTominay and he's crap. And hi, I'm Scott. Hi, Scott, I'm crap. And I think I'm Mark McTominay, says King. Okay, it's getting a bit silly now. We've got a game to win here. I don't like Saturday 8 o'clock games. You know, we've got another one. We've got Sheffield United in a few weeks. Rashford shoots when he should pass. I'm from Austria, and I think Scott McHideaway is crap, says Werner. I call it soccer, and I think McTominay's crap, says X. We've really got something going on here. Hi, Mark. I'm a chocolate digestive, and I think McTominay's crap, says Ross. He's on the ball. He's passed it sideways. Hi, Mark. I'm from Germany. I think Scott's crap, says Side. Jackass, welcome to the Members Club. I don't think he's going to make subs. I'm your father, and McTominay is crap, says Larry. Hi, Mark, I'm North Korean. I think McTominay is crap, says 40. Hi, Mark, I'm the guy who peed on that one dude, and I think McTominay's crap, says Mike. A loud pack. Thank you very much for your super chat. The thing is, we have got subs that we can make. Brian says, everybody here thinks McTominay's crap. I think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. Connor says, I meant he's good for Scotland, not United. Calm down. That's what Connor's saying. Goldbridge, calm yourself down. I meant he's good for Scotland, not good for Manchester United. There's no need for that, says Connor, who is Scottish. He's sipping on his pint of iron brew.
in his Scooby-Doo pajamas. And he's going to go down the chip shop later and get a battered Mars bar. I'm Dutch. That's all I got to say, says Linny. I didn't mean to start the McTominay's crap chain, but I don't regret it one bit. It's hilarious, says Jack. And hi, Mark. I'm wrong, and I think Scott is okay, says Jacob. Hi, Mark. I'm from a parallel universe, and even here... Hold on. Oh, he's intercepted it. McTominay sat you all down there. He's made an interception. He's played it into Rashford, and Rashford can't pass. Hi, Mark. I'm from a parallel universe, and I even here. The version of him is McShit. I'm William Wallace, and I think Scott McTominay is crap. Red for life. Well, that's probably the biggest insult. I'm Joel Glazer. I think McTominay's the next Roy Keane, says Julian. United look tired and nervous. Why aren't we seeing more players push forward when we're on the attack, says Div. Why aren't we making some fucking subs, Div? Hi, Mark. I just want to say I love this chat. Let's get the win, says Neil. Hi, Mark. I'm Erling Haaland. I think Scott deserves a new contract, says Hessen. I love your content, Mr. Goldbridge. You're a top man, says Lee G. Thank you very much for your super chat, Lee. Hi, Mark. I'm Pinocchio. I think McTominay's the GOAT, says Ruben. Well, we've had 71 minutes here. Burnley are about to make a triple substitution. We started off with a weak team. If Ten Hag's not going to make any subs here, he is dicing with a draw. We played on Wednesday night. He's got to freshen it up. In the modern game, you've got to freshen it up because the referee's probably going to add 10 minutes. He's got to make some fucking subs here. Hi, Mark. I'm Scrappy Doo, and I think McTominay Scooby-Doo is crap, says L. And hi, Mark. I'm 39, 6 foot, 22 pounds, happily married. I have 6 kids and a cat. And Scott's the greatest player ever, says Frankie T. And hi, Mark. I put Strictly Come Dancing on your TV, and I think McTominay is crap, says Dean. Triple substitution here from Burnley. I'm Scooby-Doo, and I think McTominay's crap. From Jake. And hi, I'm Southgate, and I would have him in my 11, says Pedro. That's probably who Southgate's watching. You know, knowing Southgate, he'll probably call McTominay up in the next international break and not realise he's Scottish. I'm Northern Irish and Johnny Evans is class, says Brooke. And we found our next slogan for merch, says UK Enterprise. I'm McTominay's toilet seat. He's full of crap, says Mohammed. I can't believe we've not made any fucking subs here. Burnley have had, I think, over 60% possession in the game. And in the second half, I think it's up around 70% possession. This is really... Look, I just want 3 points. This has not been a good Man United performance. It's been reminiscent of, you know, parking the bus and moments. And we're probably fortuitous if we win. But give me that fortune. Would you like to see Youngers in big games, says Shane? And hi, Mark. Do you think Chelsea will win tomorrow, says Kent? I've got no idea. Chelsea are very hard to predict. Villa are hard to predict. I've played the game and we need Cleverson, says Daniel Thomas. Is this Ramsey for Burnley, the brother of Ramsey from Villa, says Sharath? Yes, I think he is. Oh, Burnley are in. And Arna does his job. And then he's jumped on it. Hi, Mark. All this hate to McTominay is disrespectful, and I think McTominay is crap, says the Big Stack. Hi, Mark. I'm a bag of blow, and I think McTominay is crap, says Max. And Mark, did you see earlier where someone got Adam to say the name Mike, and he had no idea what he was saying? Mike, and then the word hawk. If you say the word Mike and then hawk together, I know what Dablu's on about. Hi, Mark. I'm an Audi driver, and I think McTominay should go back hiding before I ram him over, says Patrick. We have got the player ratings ready for you. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. You can go to theunitedstand.com and get in early if you want to. Burnley have made 4 substitutions and Man United have made none. Watching from the States, love the channel, says Andrew. Yeah, please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're all welcome. Look at the stats for Burnley. I think we should stop getting on McTominay's back. We all know he doesn't play like Amrabat, and through playing Scooby-Doo, Eric Ten Hag let us know that he wants to have the sacks. It's hype.
Why the hell isn't he subbing Rashford off for Garnacho? Ideal game for him to get. Come on. Eric Ten Hag has to make subs, says Tobias. Hi, Mark. I have a concussion, and I think McTominay is good, says Shane. Hi, Mark. I'm crap, and I'm also McTominay, says Cardboard. Seems like a game that Fellaini would have been world-class in. I really miss him. It's so sad we never replaced him, says Emmanuel. And seems like a game... I've done that one from Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Right, take a breath. He's still not looking like he's making any subs here. Is there any... Yeah, like, I can see someone taking a top off. Or they put it back on. I saw a United player... Well, there is a United player coming on. It looks like Varane to me. Hopefully it's Varane and Amrabat. No, Amrabat is just warming up. Varane's coming on. We're going to park the bus here. Great banter. Beth loved it too, and Michael, says Sebastian. Hi, Mark. I think McTominay's class, says Jerry. Hi, Mark. I just finished beating my meat, and I think Scott McTominay is crap, says Tony. Oh, God. Lineker doesn't have to put up with this on Match of the Day, does he? Welcome to the Members Club, Brian. Hi, Mark. I'm Admiral Akbar, and McTominay is a trap. It's a trap, says Arvind. I like that one. That's probably the best one of the night. If you know, you know. Hi, Mark. I'm McTominay's missus, and he is crap, says Dan. And hi, crap, and I think Mark is a Swedish. Hi, Mark. I support Swindon, and I think McTominay's crap, says Des. Oh, can we just stop it now? I've said McTominay is crap more times than I've said it in the last 12 months. Varane is coming on. Who's going to come off? I think he's going to go to a back five. Incredibly, Burnley have had 90% possession in the last 10 minutes. We are parking the bus against Burnley, who have conceded 3 goals in every home game this season, of which they've played 3. And we are parking the bus against Burnley. This is hard to watch. I refuse to get stressed about this. I really do. Mark, lost my good friend who was a police officer while we were at work to a car accident. United Stand has helped me with my grief. Rest in peace, Bobby, says Fergie99. Thank you very much for that, chat. And sad to hear that, Fergie. And I'm glad that the community helps you. It certainly helps a lot of people. Reguilon just gone off with a hamstring injury, says H. Are we sure it's a hit? Oh, dear. So that's all three left backs injured. So Delow's gone to left back. I think Lindelof will go to right back. Varane and Evans at centre back. Stuck in an airport with surgery done to my hand. I forgot my painkillers and my McTominay have made me pain go from 7 to 10, says Lika. Rest up, pal. Just going to say, what in the Glazers team is this, says John. Hi, Mark. I'm a French pastry and McTominay is a crepe, says Daniel. And hi, Mark. You're always busy on your channel. Do you ever get to see any live games at the stadium, says Shane? No. And I can't drink my iron brew without spitting it out. I'm laughing so much. This community is absolutely hilarious, says Jack. There we go. And he started it all off. Hi, Mark. I'm currently battling severe autism and I think Scott McTominay's crap. Here we go. 3v2 into Rashford. Give it back. No, didn't fancy the 50-50. Didn't fancy the 50-50. I'm a Terminator and I'll be back, says Matthew. I'm just looking at this from Rasmus, whether Bruno was the pass. I think, to be fair, the pass by Rasmus was a little bit short for for Rashford. Hi, I'm Scott McTominay, and I think I'm absolutely horrendous too. I'm allergic to football, says Cybergamer. And Mark, yes or no, Company will manage a Big Six club in his career? I say yes, he's impressive, says Kyle. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. The quality of players that he's dealing with at Burnley are not on the same level as the vast majority of the Premier League sides. So it's very difficult to say. Are we going to have to recall Brandon Williams, says Kong? You know what? Might bloody have to now. 81 minutes. 81 minutes. I tell you what. This has been a really hard watch. Did Alvaro Fernandez go on loan? He did, Brian. Yes, he did. And hi, Mark. I would love to buy you a pint if the opportunity came up, says Lee. I would love that. And Dawn, welcome to the members club. Appreciative of that, as always. Thanks for your support. Burnley have got a corner here. I just don't know what to expect from these last few minutes. I really don't know. And they've just headed a chance over the bar. But I just don't know. I really do not know what to expect from this last few minutes. It's probably been one of the shittest performances we've seen from United in a very long time, which is probably completely justifiable by the time that's. But when you look at the team that we've picked, I don't think there's any surprises there. But you know, it's just about getting the job done. That's what it's about tonight, isn't it? Dominated in the possession, but still 1-0 in front. And if we do win 1-0, everyone will just say it literally is the definition of moments, because the goal was an absolute worldie out of nothing. You just know they're going to get a big chance, don't you? We're just inviting the pressure. Just happy we won the match, to be honest. We need results. Guitar player, I hope you're from the future, because we haven't won the game yet. I don't know what you're talking about. Amrabat has been warming up and stretching for 25 minutes, says P. And between the conditions of our pre-season and all the players now getting muscular injuries, someone needs to look at the sports medicine guy. Rashford's on the break here. He's all on his own. He doesn't need to pass. You're all on your own, mate. You're all on your own. And he's had his shot blocked. Casemiro is there in support. I'd need to see it on a replay whether he should pass to Casemiro here. Let's have a look. He's on his own. Manager's pissing me off at the moment, says A11. On his own, on his own, on his own. Holds it up, holds it up, holds it up. I think Casemiro maybe was the pass, but I don't think Rashford was going to see it. Corner to Man United. We've looked good on corners. Hi, Mark. How on earth has McShite and Hannibal lasted 80 minutes? Surely bringing Amrabat and Palestri or Ganache on couldn't make us any worse. Terrible, says Daniel. Yeah, look, I back Ten Hag. You know that passionately, but I don't. I do find his substitutions odd at times. He's very reluctant to make them, and I don't really understand why. Jonathan says, I can't believe Johnny Evans made that pass. Here's McTominay in the corner. Put a cross in, but I don't think anyone was really expecting it.
Still not going to make any more subs. It's you know what? Even as somebody who backs the manager to the hilt, I found it massively frustrating his lack of substitutions tonight because, you know, Rashford's not had a great game. I'm going to mention this in the match reaction. This is a problem. How the fucking hell is Garnacho going to develop if he can't get on the pitch? Like, how is he going to develop? I worry about Garnacho's development. I really do. Hi Mark, we're in the 10th tier of England and we'd never take McTominay. Tom Jelliman is so much better, says Harlow Town FC. Welcome to Members Club Dillers. Thank you very much for joining. Still got 4 minutes of normal time, and I suspect there could be a little bit of added time as well. Well, there will be. I'm not, you know, you're not a genius, Goldbridge. Of course there will be. Cross into the box, back post, Burnley are there. Plenty of numbers back. Johnny Evans. We need a right winger, says Shane. We're dicing with a draw here because it's basically this is just all about Ten Hag doesn't think that Burnley have got a cutting edge. Amrabat's going to come on, says Ziggy. Come on, Benson. Top bin's coming, says Dylan. And if we keep a clean sheet, I might get a shirt with Evans on the back, says Lee G. Mate, I've got an Onana in my FPL. Right, here comes Amrabat. We're going to see about 10 minutes of him, I think. And Johnny Evans is coming on. So, I mean, that's literally, I'm 46 and I can't play any longer. He's knackered. I can't wait for this to be all over, says Ian. Johnny Evans goes off. Does that mean Scott McTominay or Casemiro go to centre-back? Amrabat must be able to run about 5 minutes. I'm fat and I could run around for longer. What's the point of having him on the bench, says Josh. I don't know what we're doing now. Johnny Evans is... Amrabat's playing at left-back. Well, at least we're consistent with putting you know, better players out of position to accommodate shit. Welcome to Manchester United. You're at left back, mate. Hi Mark, I'm a fan. I'm an E-fan. I think McTominay's crap, says Cena. Man of the match coming off. God help us, says Jim. Well, it's all about how long the referee's going to add on here. Well done, Varane. Well done, Rasmus. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Here's Bruno. Slow it down, Bruno. You've got loads of time. Slow it down. Keep it under control. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Pass. Rasmus. Boom! Oh, he's blocked it. Hi, Mark. Hannibal is better than Bruno. Sell Bruno, says Low. How come Ten Hag is a year in and still can't see a consistent style of play, says Leo. De Zerbi and Ange came in instantly with less quality. Maybe you need to do a bit of research on Man United, mate. You can't compare well-run clubs to badly run clubs, especially when you're talking about Brighton. This will be one of them games when we look back in a few seasons and laugh at how we started this as a Premier League team, says MT. Yeah, we were talking about that about half an hour ago. I completely agree. We will look back on this selection and go, wow. Another corner for United. He's only adding 4 minutes on. Get in. Could have added 10. Thanks for the great and honest content, Mark. My girl Diana thinks you're funny, says Mick. Thank you very much. And hi, Mark. I'm Beppe, and I think McTominay is crap.
says Ash. Another corner for Man United. Does that mean Amrabat will be left back next couple of games? Oh, Faris, I just don't know. I really just don't know. At this point, I've got absolutely no idea. We've seen Man United pick this team. We could pick any team. He could do anything in the future, let's be honest. You know, we thought Amrabat was coming into the midfield. He might end up playing left back now. Look, ultimately, for me, it's just about the result. It's all it can be about. Tune in next week for God knows what we'll do. Like, we've not learnt anything tonight other than 3 points if we get it, which we really should do now with only a couple of minutes left. But Marvin's right. The performance is concerning because it's 3 points, but it's not the strong message that we might have hoped for. You know, all the critics in the bin, shut up and sit down. It's not that sort of a performance, but it's job done, isn't it? And we've still got the ball up in the Burnley half at the moment, so we'll take that. Carmit Varane. What's your thoughts on Burnley's new signing? Says Rahina. I don't know who it is. I'm not massively interested. Thanks everyone there. Okay. I must say, if you're not a Man United fan or a Burnley fan, I can't believe you spent your Saturday night watching this. You must be really bored. Love the channel, says Jack. Another yellow card here for Burnley. It's just eating up the clock with a minute to go. No one's watching Match of the Day tonight, are they? Fucking hell. Actually, it's worth watching Match of the Day just to see the penalty that Luton got. I'm just gonna say one word. When you see the Luton penalty tonight, just stick this in your head. Romero. You'll know what I mean. Unbelievable. Ireland beat South Africa. I think that's in the game where you carry the ball. I'm worried about Garnacho, to be honest with you. I think he is a very exceptional player, and I worry about his development because he should be getting at least... I think he should be starting some games, but he should be coming on for at least 20 minutes every game, and he's just not getting on the pitch. I'm going to talk about it in the match reaction. I'm genuinely worried about Garnacho. It might be unnecessary worry, but I am genuinely worried about it. I'm old enough to see how you develop players, and you don't develop players by not giving them minutes. And at the moment, he's just not getting any game time because he will not sub Rashford or Bruno, and they're playing on the wing. So how is Garnacho going to get game times? If they weren't already, Burnley going to be favourites to go down. Also, I can confirm I have no life as I'm a neutral, says Robbo. No, look, if you're watching the watch-along, then I get it while you're watching because the community is legendary. But 94th minute, goalkeeper's up for Burnley. Ten Hag wants moments to save him. It's sad, says P2. Well, the jury's still out. Even as a massive fan of Ten Hag and Man United, the jury's still out on this performance. It's not been great. They've just had a shot there straight at the keeper. I'll massively take the 3 points, and I would have took this result when I saw the team news. And I have taken it because the referee has just blown the whistle. And this is a massive, massive 3 points for Manchester United. And as you can see, it puts us into the top half. But there'll be plenty of questions to be asked. And, we're not out of the woods by a long, long way. But we've got 3 points. And I think after the last few results, which has been 3 losses in a row, there's plenty to take from that. Anana with a clean sheet. Bruno's goal was fantastic. But... It was far from entertaining. Burnley, we have a little quick look, actually, before we end and go to the match reaction. I do want to have a quick look at this. 62% possession for Burnley. 4 shots on target each.
better pass accuracy from Burnley. I mean, they were the better footballing side. We won the game. We won the game because of one moment of brilliance, which I would say was world class from Bruno Fernandes. Hi Mark, I'm Garnacho's development and I think McTominay is crap, says Leb. And what a game by Mabry, among the best performers today, says Danish. Help us end the debate. Is ketchup an acceptable condiment on a hot dog? Yes, Clinton. And no player ratings, says Liv. There are player ratings. Let me just have a quick look. You can do them. Yeah, there are player ratings. Links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And also it's on the homepage. It's on the page of the player ratings where I will see you in a minute. Lots to talk about. I really need to talk about Garnacho and the progression of players. I think that's bang out of order tonight. I know we've got to get a result, but I don't see why certain players are playing 90 minutes every week, not playing particularly well, and get to stay on the pitch, and players that deserve development are not getting any game time. I'm worried about that at the moment. Is that fear from Ten Hag? He's sticking with his favourites because he doesn't trust others. I'll see you over there in a minute.